Hello, I'm Dr. Brian Reagan, a registered dietitian with the University of Indianapolis, kinesiology department. I'm here to talk about healthy eating, primarily carbohydrates. If you get anything out of this presentation, get these two things. First off, there's a lot of misinformation out there, so make sure you have reliable resources. Probably the best is the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics. Their website is eatright.org. And the second is the importance of carbohydrates. All right, so again, there's a lot of misinformation out there. So when you're putting a lunch together, dinner, snack, primarily it should have carbohydrate based, especially the more active you are. Right? So if you're homebound right now, you may not feel like you're that active, but we're more active than we might think, especially brain power. Right? The human brain relies exclusively on carbohydrates under normal conditions, so you always want to have those. So I'm not going to be that dietitian that shows you how to make a turkey sandwich right now. Or even give you a scripted recipe. The main thing that I want to get across is what can you do in your normal life, and not just a one-time thing so you can adhere to. So things here in front of me, probably in a lot of people's pantry. So instead of just bread, which might be hard to come by in the grocery store, there's a lot of different options. Pita bread, all right, tortilla shells, to make roll-ups, naan bread, N-A-A-N, if you're familiar with that. But also, what you see on the side here, like oyster crackers, easy to sneak those in for a good snack. Right? I would lean towards these, or the Thin Crisps are probably the best options. I like all the crackers here. Right? There's nothing here that I would throw out of the diet, but just be mindful that crackers of this nature, right, Townhouse or the Ritz, have a more fat base, which again, fat's not bad. I'm not going to be that dietitian that says fat is bad and avoid it. We don't say that. That's not what dietitians do. You don't want to avoid foods. Right? So if you like fat in your diet, just get a balance. About 30% or less is the goal. Again, the more active you are, more carbohydrates, or perhaps 60% or greater is a ballpark to do. You don't want to crunch the numbers. All right? You don't have to get into that mindset of crunching the numbers. Just when you can, sneak in some carbohydrates. All right? So not just the grains you see here, but fruits especially, such as raisins, cranberries, dried fruit, especially, are great sources of carbohydrates. So, you can put this in soups. You can put something like this on salads. So again, have a balanced meal. I'm not just saying only carbohydrates. I'm saying the predominant is carbohydrates. And contrary to popular belief, as you get more active, all right, so such as athletes, definitely don't want more protein. That's again kind of a misnomer out there. So just when you put a meal together, you don't want to throw anything out. If you have something you feel like fatty, what I'll end with, one of my favorite side items when I have sandwiches and lunch is maybe nachos, tortilla chips, but I would add salsa to it. Homemade salsa would be ideal. Have some more calories. I'd have to have a whole lot of this to dilute the fat content of my nacho chips, but nonetheless, every little bit helps. So if you have questions, again, I'm Dr. Brian Reagan, the kinesiology department.